y'all, I told y'all I was gonna come back with part 2, and so this is part 2 of talking about you. It is so important the reason why I keep saying that is because it's so important to work on yourself first, and then being able to be better for yourself and for those around you, and helping others around you and all of that. And then it just helps you to really focus on yourself and not others, and being judgmental and stuff like that. But anyways, like I said, this is part 2 of my last video, which is stop running from yourself. Don't run from the Lord. Stop running from what you need. Stop running from what the Lord wants and need from you, and just really focusing on yourself. Okay, so part 1 was pretty much just tackling what it means to run from yourself and what that looks like. Pretty much part 2 is going to be about more so of how to overcome those things. I kind of mentioned in each step about overcoming those things, but we're going to get a little deeper. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first thing I want to get into is recognizing the root cause of your avoidance. Why are you trying to avoid that person, that thing, that relationship, whatever it may be? Why are you trying to avoid it? And I will sit back and really write some of these things down, so then you can remember them. Really be able to follow these steps, step by step, or however that may look in your life, so you can really be able to sit back, reflect, and that can be your starting point. Really focus on why you're trying to avoid whatever it is, or whoever that person may be that you're trying to avoid. What is it? Are they bringing out the worst in you? Are they bringing out the best in you and it makes you scared? Does it stem from your past, or how you were brought up, or for the thing, or because of the things that you've seen or didn't see and was never taught? That's just like like some people run from commitment because they saw how much somebody in their life close to them did commit but then still got hurt. Or they may be running from commitment because they have never seen commitment in a healthy, committed relationship or whatever, and it scares them. You get what I'm saying? So that's just one brief little example of what I'm talking about. But it doesn't even have to necessarily be commitment. It can be anything. Another way of basically being able to stop running from yourself, stop running from what the Lord may have for you, and for your growth, for your healing process and all of that, is to break bigger tasks into smaller tasks. Break them down into like small chunks. That way it won't seem so stressful or unmanageable. That way you will be able to manage things. You will be able to really focus in and self-reflect and really grow in the ways that you need to, and in the areas that you know that you need it, and not overwhelm yourself and then start running from whatever it is you're trying to overcome in the first place. So basically, take baby steps, and don't be so hard on yourself. Don't rush the process. Everything is a process. It was a process for you to get in this bad space or a bad habit or whatever it is that you may be running from. It was a process for you to get that way, feel that way, or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be a process to undo those things. It is so hard, and I hate that we have to unlearn things. I'd be like, dang, why did I even have to learn this in the first place? I wish this is something I just already knew, so I wouldn't have to do the extra step of unlearning to have to relearn. Why can't I just been taught this from the jump? Why couldn't I have just been taught this in the first place? But no, I was taught the wrong way, so now I have to unlearn this to then relearn this. You know what I'm saying? So basically, just don't be hard on yourself, though. Give yourself grace. It's a process. And just definitely allow God into that process. It definitely makes all the more difference. And at this point, which is another step, you want to hold yourself accountable. If you hold yourself accountable, then you will be able to be honest with yourself and those around you and really continue to make those proper steps into your growth and your healing and your happiness and all of that. And it definitely gives you hope and all of that, doing all of these steps and really having something to look forward to, which is your healthy, better self and the life that you want and need for yourself, for your children, for those around you, and just for your future, period. Whether that even go, and y'all, like I said, this goes for literally anything from, but at the end of the day, these steps start within and then outward. So then you can then apply these things for anything, whether you're running, like I said, it could be a place. I mean, like I said, it could be a person or a thing that you're running from. What I didn't mention in my last video or earlier in this video, even if it comes. Okay, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into my video this far. Just this one little portion, for some reason, the audio went out. So basically, I was just saying that you want to set yourself up and not for failure. You want to set yourself up to succeed. And the best way to do that is to really follow these steps from my last video and from this current video. So the next thing I want to talk about is setting yourself up, or should I say practicing mindfulness, because you don't want to be so hard on yourself. You want to give yourself grace. God is a very forgiving God, and at the end of the day, if he forgives you, you need to forgive yourself. We are sinners. We aren't perfect. We will mess up. There will be setbacks. We will fall, but the thing is, just don't stay there so you won't remain a failure. You can't be a failure as long as it's something you're continuing to work at. And if this is something that you're continuing to work at, you will accomplish, you will achieve, and you will overcome, point blank, period. Because you will not stay stagnant. There's no way possible that you will stay at zero, even though this is something you've been constantly working at for days, weeks, months, or sometimes it may even take us years, depending on what that thing may be, depending on how that may look. You will not stay in the same place at all. And especially if you're allowing God in the center of that, there's no way possible that you can fail or stay at ground zero. The next thing is, I just want to say, it is definitely good to be happy for yourself. You can be happy for yourself. Celebrate and be happy about those small wins, no matter what it may look like. Even if it's not big to anyone else, those small wins are definitely big for you. Sometimes it's the smaller things that matter most. And even if it doesn't matter that much to the next person, it matters that much to you. You know where you've been, you know what you've been going through, and you know where you've come from and the progress you have made. Even if you aren't exactly where you want to be, you still made progress. So that's a win right there. Celebrate the win, celebrate yourself, thank God, continue pushing on, and just don't stay or allow yourself to stay in the same space. And y'all, when I say stay in the same space, what I should elaborate on just a little bit, it doesn't just mean physical things. I'm talking about the spiritual and the mental things, because at the end of the day, a lot of stuff goes back to mental and spiritual. And we can really set ourselves back a lot and keep ourselves from growth just off of the mental things. So this really gets into the mental, emotional side of things, is and allowing God, which is spiritually, to really help us and grow, which is what we truly need. So again, like I said, celebrate your wins. You be happy about every little thing, all the progress you've made, and just continue moving on and moving forward. And then just definitely celebrate and recognize and glorify God within that, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And you just have to believe that and have faith, which will continue to give you that hope that you need, which will continue to strengthen you to keep pressing forward, no matter how much odds may seem as though that it is against you, no matter how much the devil may try to put stumbling blocks in your way. You will overcome. Point blank, period. So I feel like this video is a little shorter than my last one, so it kind of like evens itself out. Anyways, y'all, I just want to end this video off with running from what you ask for is often a temporary coping mechanism. And it's not always, or it never is, a healthy coping mechanism. And again, you stunt your own growth. So you can't be mad at no one but yourself. And then y'all, that can be frustrating. So let's just get it together and keep it together, okay? So also, it can hinder your personal growth, which is basically what I just said, and it can hinder your progress in the long run. And who wants to do that? And by acknowledging these things, you're able to address the underlying issues and really get to the root and the cause of everything, which is everything that I've been talking about from my last video in this video. Since this is part 2, again, if you haven't watched part 1, go watch part 1. Anyway, you are able to move forward to everything that you've been needing and wanting, from your aspirations to your growth, to your happiness, to your healing, all of these things. So it is best to just not run from yourself or the things that God has called for your life and the things you've asked God for. And it's not to say that the process will be easy, but God will get you through step by step. Okay, y'all, so that is all that I have for this video today. I hope that y'all really enjoyed my video, part 1 and part 2. I hope that it was very helpful. I really pray and hope that everyone becomes better for themselves, for God, and then for those around them as well, because as long as we be better for God and for ourselves, we are definitely a blessing unto others. And I hope that y'all will share this video so that it can really help others. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, press the notification bell, like this video, and comment anything down below, y'all. My comments have been dry. Like, I be having some comments here and there, but not for real. Even if it's just 1 or 2 comments, I'm cool with that. But y'all be leaving me dry and hanging in them comments though. Anyways, I'll see y'all in my next video.